Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, where were we last time? And after prayer, before that, prayer, please.
Ma'am, are you doing?
She's saying something. Yeah, yes.
One second. I'm literally blank out. One second, ma'am.
Okay, no problem.
Good evening, all. Divine Master, give us this deep work that will strengthen our body, enrich our mind, deepen our feelings.
Thought for the day. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable than more than you imagine. By Roy G. Bennett.
So, okay, where were we last class? It is Montessori prepared environment. About to finish, right? We were discussing about Montessori materials. I think so. Yes.
We finished qualities of Montessori facilitators.
Yeah,
And
yes.
Principle of the Montessori materials.
It's over, right? And we have to start with qualities of Montessori facilitator, and we just changed the teacher into facilitator, right?
yes, qualities of Montessori facilitator that also done.
Yes.
I feel it would be conduct, not the state of disorder in the act of the child. Page 14134.
Yes, yes, yes. Conduct. So from there we can start, no, ma'am? Conduct.
Yes.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Yes,
Conduct. Note the state of disorder in the acts of the child. His chaotic actions. Note if changes of behavior take place during the development of the experience of work. Note whether during the establishment of ordered actions there are cries of joy, intervals of certainty, demonstrations of affections. The part the child takes in the development of these configurations. Then obedience. Note if the child responds to the summons when he is called. Note if and when the child commences to take part of others with an intelligent support effort. Note when acquaintances to summons become regular. Note when obedience to order becomes established. Note when the child obeys ardently and joyously. Note the relation of the various phenomena of obedience in their degrees to the increase of work, to the change of context. The roles of Montessori teacher. Next. In addition to her role as an observer, a Montessori teacher has many other roles. Can I continue, ma'am?
Yes, let me ask you, did you understand what is meant by that two steps where how a Montessori teacher has to serve, that is conflict and then obedience. Obedience, we know that if we give them a space and space to do their own like activities, if they have the freedom to choose they choose materials and they can they have the freedom to do the activities by their own, then definitely they will obey the person whom it permits, right? Most of the time in our home also the children are stick to that person who is whom she is very comfortable, she or whoever it is, very comfortable, and she will always says like if it is grandmother, the kid will say like grandmother, grandmother has to feed me, grandmother has to make me ready, grandmother has to do all the things for me, everything she will do like that. If she is very connected with the grandmother, or if she is connected with mother or father, whoever it is, whom she is very comfortable, she will obey the person without protest, that is acquiescence, that is accept without protest. Every time they are obeying that person. Okay, during my elder sister's first baby, when she was actually what happened, no, when she was 6 years that time, my sister uh, give that kid to my mother, and from that age onwards my mother is taking care of that baby. That time I was used to be in my home, so she was very connected to me. So she was very every time she is calling for many things, but whenever she is with me she is very comfortable and she will obey without any protest. She will obey me like for others. If my sister come, no, that time she won't she refused to go there and she refused to obey her, and like that sort of things will be happening. So what happened, whenever I say something she will very much okay with. So that is happening in many houses, I think so. Most of the time the kids are very close to some peculiar persons, because if that person is just give a space and let them to do their activities with their own pace, and if we are showing patience and calmness for making them engaged, then they will be very happy with us. So that is why this obedience is happening. So a Montessori facilitator has to serve like that. The relation between Montessori facilitator and the child in the Montessori environment, not in the Montessori environment, outside also, it will be, it should be like that. So next, roles of Montessori teacher. It's going to read. That topic is very nice.
One, the preparer and
So
communication
that,
of the.
that one thing. Yes, a preparer and communication of the environment. That is, she is the communicator. And second one is exemplar. And on below, the training of the spirit includes three elements. One, interest in humanity. Two, to see children as individuals. Just correct it as two. Second one, to see in the children as individuals. And third one is the faith, which is in the next page. And gate to psychological observation is uh, heading only. Okay. So one, two, three. That is training of the spirit includes three elements. That three elements are interest in humanity, to see children as individuals. Third one is a faith. And by mistake, third number is given to the next topic. Just correct it. Okay, please go ahead.
First one is preparer and communication of the environment. The teacher serves as the preparer and communicator of the environment for the child. She is responsible for the ambience and other of the classroom, the display and conditions of materials and the programming of the activity, challenges and changes of pace to meet the child's individual necessity. The second one is exemplar. The Montessori teacher serves as the exemplar in the environment, thus encouraging the child's own development. She must strive for flexibility, warmth, and love for life. She must be physically alluring for children's attention and respect. The teacher also must be attractive, tidy and clean, calm and dignified for her. Appearance is the first step to gaining the child's confidence and respect. So, care for one's own person must form part of the environment in which the child lives. The teacher herself is the most vital part of his world. The training of the spirit includes three elements. They are interest in humanity. The teacher must have an intimate relationship with the children in the classroom. Once the teacher has made this act of humility, she will no longer look upon herself as someone whose duty is to mold the developing personalities. Further, she must regard herself as one that serves. She must observe the limits of her obstruction by leaving the child free to choose his work. Second one is to see children as individuals. The Montessori teacher must treat each child as an individual, each different and unlike any other. Each has his own potential for life. Her duty is to provide a conducive environment to aid their psychic progress. She must ensure that each child is loved and has the right to be loved. Third one is faith. It is based on the faith that the child can and will reveal himself. The next heading is Guide of
Okay,
Psychological Observation.
okay, Vedanta, can you just explain or whatever things you understood from this? You both preparer and communication or communicator of the environment. What is meant by that?
The teacher who is there inside the class means that environment, uh, she is the responsible for the ambience what we are making in that circumstances, what she is creating inside that environment. It should affect the children's uh, attitude also, and we have to give the full necessity for the child. The teacher should give. Then exemplar, that there the child's development, that himself or himself or herself, that environment we have to make that encouraging the child's new development. And the teacher should be flexible, warmth and love for them, the children. She must be physically alluring for children attention and yes, when we need the respect from the children, we have to give the respect to the children. We have to love them. We have to at means we we have to hug in our inside, not physically. I am telling, we have to be with them, then only that children will come to us and disclose all the things. Here it is written teachers should be attractive, tidy, and clean, and dignified. Appearance is the first step of gaining the child's confidence and respect. And about the children, the teacher is the vital part of his world, and including that these three elements they are selling.
Okay, fine. And him, do you have anything to say? That is how this teacher is the preparer of the environment, and how she is an exemplar or a role model, and how she will be like both physically and mentally. What's your opinion? Because you both are working in an environment of small kids are connected with you people, so you people can tell it very nicely. Because we know that no makeup is not meant by this physically attractive. It is not meant by that. Whatever it, we have a pleasing posture, pleasing act, we should be active, right? So that's why it is known as a teacher is the most, or facilitator herself is the most vital part of the world of that kid. Okay, kid, please.
Teacher as a preparer, we have to prepare the environment in which the child have to do all the activities, everything keeping in the Montessori materials are kept in a child size, cupboards, everything. The materials should be like as you know, as we have heard earlier. We have to prepare the environment in which the child can move freely also, and the materials has to be arranged in such a way that they have to be very attractive. It should be catchy, and the child's as soon as they reach the classroom, they will enjoy and they will be happy inside the environment. They have to be safe in their movement should be there. An exemplar. Everything we taught to the child, we should show them through example. We talk about neat, tidy, cleanliness, and we should be first one to do all these things. We should show through examples. And about honesty, discipline, and everything. And about calm and everything. We also should show by example. If we are very noisy, much shouting inside the classroom, children will be more. They will do like us. So if we want to be calm and quiet, we should deal with them calm and quietly. Training of the spirits include the three elements: interest in humanity. Teacher must have an intimate relationship with children in the classroom. Here, teacher, sometimes we can take 1 to 2 minutes to talk with a child. Per day, 2, 3 children, we can call and have a small talk with them so that they can become friendly to us. And by doing so, they will have trust, faith in us to see the children as individual. Here, we should not give. Every childrens are different. Every individual is different, as we all know that. So 1 to 1 is different. We should treat everyone equally, no favoritism. Mm, some might be intellect, some might be at the level or below the level or above the level. We should all treat them equally and try to work for the betterment of all of them. Faith. That much, no?
Faith means there should be a trust within
Yes,
them, right?
yes.
Because if they trust you, then only he or she will reveal them, right? else they will hide many things. If they feel like this person is trusty, well, I can share everything with them, even though it is the grown up children also. If they don't have the trust, they won't reveal everything, because they will hide most of the time. So they will find someone else whom they will feel like trusty. So don't make that happen if it is our own children or our own that school children also, because sometimes they will go in a wrong way. They will feel like that person is the trusty one. So maybe that will be, maybe sometimes it will be a wrong person. That's why we are many through social media, they are just contacting many people through social media, hoping that that person is trustworthy. Okay, anyway, next. And we already said that the most important quality for a Montessori facilitator is observation. How we can achieve this type of observation, because we need concentration. Then only we can observe the child. If so many baggages are on our head, then it is very difficult for us to observe clearly. So how we can psychologically observe them without disturbing them. That is a thing which is given. Great psychological observation. Please.
Montessori gives the following guide to psychological observation of the child in three key areas: his work, his conduct, and the development of his will and self discipline to include voluntary conformity. Work. Note when a child creates to occupy himself for any length of time upon a task. What the task is and how long he continues working at it. That slowness in completing it and irritating the same exercise. Reiterating the same exercise. His individual trait in applying himself to particular tasks. To what tasks he applies himself during the same day and with how much endurance. If he has periods of impulsive industry and how many days these periods continue. How he illustrates a desire to progress. What task he chooses in their sequence, working at them regularly. Persistence in task in spite of stimuli in his environment, which would tend to distract his attention. Does he, after deliberate interruption, resume the task from which his attention was panicked? The teacher is the link that puts the child in touch with the environment. The teacher prepares the environment and the child uses the environment to build up himself. This
Okay.
psychological observation, it is telling that uh,
Yes.
the child in three key areas they are telling that the child's work, his context, and the development of his will and self discipline. Yes. Then the work, when we are noting down the when the child creates to occupy himself for any, like how many time he is taking and how he is doing his task, and how long it is continuing, and how much he is effort he is putting in that particular task.
Yeah, re-identity means to perform the same task again and again. That is repeating.
Repeating. How much time he is repeating. To what tasks he applies himself during the same day. How many tasks he is doing. Yeah, how much time he is doing. How many times he is doing in one day. How much time he is taking. If he periods of impulsive industry, and how many days. How many days he wants to continue with the same experiments. And how he is reaching in that progress, and how he is choosing the sequence, and regularly is he doing this. If any if any distraction is coming, how much he can put on his attention in that. If any interaction is there means he is panic or he is calm, that also we have to check. The first, that teacher should make a positive environment for that child, then only he can build up himself.
So we have to observe thoroughly because it is not that much easy. Because through this observation only we can assess, evaluate. We are monitoring, evaluating the performance of the kid without doing any test or any examination. So through observation, we can understand the potential of each kid. So the kid is doing same activity number of times in a day itself. Sometimes he will do all the week the same activity. So we can just count how many times he is doing and at what time he got the achievement. Sometimes it will there will be mistakes. So he will correct it by his own, and after that we have to check at which time he got it correctly. Okay, everything should be has to observe and we have to note it down. Okay, fine. So next,
Ma'am,
developing, yeah.
when I am going through this now, in our school, that special kids are there. So from the outside, counselors and the observers, they are coming to check the children. They will take the assessment. So they are giving a lot of just work experiences to them. Some so many things are there they can make, just like circles, triangles, they can throw it how much time. That I now I am understanding, all these things they are doing means they are getting the assessment about that how many times they are doing, concentration level. Is it correct, ma'am? Am I correct?
Yes, yes, that's coming. Actually, but we couldn't say that the child will do the activity in the first time itself. We have to make a rapport that because when the new coming children, that is the LKG students are coming, then it is very difficult for them to adjust with the situation. So we are making them to calm. Sometimes they will be crying, and we are just making so many things to make them very calm. We are providing many activities. We are dancing. We are playing with them. We are doing action song, and we have to make a connection with them. Next topic is that developing a point of contact, because we have to make the child to do activities with the Montessori materials. But initially it won't happen because we know that normalized kit and deviated kit. So for making them connected, we have to act like a traditional teacher. That is just like narrating a story, singing a song, dancing with them. Everything we must to do initially. Then after that connection became possible, then they will obey us. So then we can introduce the material. Okay, please continue.
Developing the point of contact. In practice, we usually find that even if the director has prepared the environment and presented the materials to the children, they do not seem to be interested and bring. The child does not appear to be interested and his act seems to be in a disorderly manner. According to Montessori, the answer to his missing link is the point of contact. To explain this, Montessori used the example of teaching the gratitude of music. If the teacher tries to play music morning till night and the children are allowed to move about anyhow and anywhere in a disorderly manner, there is a scarcity of contact. To resolve this problem, the muscles which move should move in response to the musical rhythm. Thus, initiate, initiating a psychic bridge between the soul of the child and the external reality of the music. The moment the child understands that there exists the connection, that is, between the muscle and his movement, then the point of contact is established. So, if the music changes its cadence, the child becomes aware of it and changes his movements accordingly. And he is on the road to perfect himself. This reality may be either material or spiritual, but movement must always escort the child at any rate. Then the second paragraph, to understand how the point of contacts help the development, let us look at an example in their presentation of the sensorial materials. Children are given new sounds, new shapes, etc. The main purpose of it is not just being new sounds, new shapes, but bearing order into this new impression. The difficulty or the error that the child is to discover and understand must be detached in a single bit of material. For example, the long rods will present to the child only an alteration in length and not in color and design. Such isolation will help child focus on the problem more readily. It is through this method that it leads the child to be interested in dimension. Develop him to look at them in the world around him. It is important to constantly remember that it is through this point of contact, limited and exactly, but real work helps the child to assemble the mind to wander at large. The point of contact could not be established with an entire class of children at once. It is typically an individual process and cannot be mass produced. It involves individual initiation followed by the free choice of activity. And since it is difficult to bring a class of 35 to be in a state of which they all can do individual work quietly individually, Montessori said that the directress might deal with the children collectively, like an ordinary teacher as a start. She may tell them a story, play games with them, fixing the attention of the children on her. However, she should not do these things later, as points of contact are set up between the individual children and the materials, and the child will tend to turn more and more to the materials and away from the directress. He must increase and I must decrease.
Okay, understood. Slowly the director will go away from the child and he will be connected with the materials. So in order to making him to contact with the material, we have to develop a rapport between the kid and us. For that, just like an ordinary teacher, we have to narrate some story, play some games, do some action songs or dance or whatever things is there to engage the child. Then after we will produce the material and the child will be connected with the material. That is, she's just narrating an example of music. Because if the child is going here and there in a disordered manner, then that there is no result of playing that music. And if they move their body with the rhythm of the music, then it will be very nice to watch, right? So that is one example she is telling. Okay, fine. So yes. So next, roles and responsibilities of Montessori teacher. I think Kim can read, right?
Yes. List of elements that is to be observed in the special role of the Montessori teachers. The Montessori teacher is the dynamic link between the child and the prepared environment. She is a systematic observer of the child and an interpreter of his needs. She is experimenter, tailoring the environment to meet his perceptions of the child's needs and interests and objectively noting the results. The Montessori teacher is a programmer, preparing the environment and keeping it perfect condition, adding it to and removing materials as needed. She is an evaluator, judging the effectiveness of her own work and the environment every day. She must also evaluate the progress of each child. She is a respecter and a protector of the child. She must know when to step in and set limits of lending a helping hand, and when it is in the child's best interest to step back and not interfere. The Montessori teacher is a supporter, offering warmth, security, stability, and judgmental acceptance to each child. She is a facilitator of communication among the children and of the child's effort to communicate with her. She must also interpret the child's progress and work to parents, the school staff, and the community. She is a demonstrator, presenting clear, interesting, and relevant lessons to the child. Her role is to seduce the child into spontaneous fascination with the material through her demonstration. The Montessori teacher is a constantly good example to enticing behavior of the children, following the ground rules of the class herself, and exhibiting a sense of calm, consistency, and grace and courtesy, and demonstrating respect for the child. She is an arbitrator, consistently working to teach courteous behavior and conflict resolution.
I think it is very clear and you can
Yes,
connect with
very
your
clear.
profession also.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So we go next, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Work cycle and progress of observation. A colleague or Montessori once said that Montessori look at children much as naturalists look at bees. Montessori maintained throughout her life that her most important donation was the true discovery of the child. Our aim as a Montessori directress is to improve the whole personality of the child through motor, sensory, and intellectual activity. We want to observe to learn more about the child, about his specific needs, and the sensitive periods that the child goes through. This would empower us to help and direct him so that he is able to fulfill his full potential. Directress does not have a need to words of inertia or severity, but she must be able to make frugal observation to assist a child by going up to him or withdrawing from him or not interacting with him when we are doing the observation. By observing him, we see what inspires him and where his interests lie. We learn to understand his emotions and feelings and why he behaved as such. The directress observed much she is, but mentally active in her observation. It is very important to stand back away from the child and not to permit the child to rely on the directress, but to become an independent individual person. One way to make a close observation of the child is to have a daily and consistent work cycle start over a reasonable length of time, say about 6 months to a year. We should try to work on a 3 hour work cycle and refrain from interrupting the child. It is important not to stop the child every hour to change the activity, as this might interrupt his momentum, train of thoughts, and disturb him when he is at his optimum work time. The child should be left to himself when he is undergoing false fatigue. That is the point when he gets very restive. There is no need for us to come to the rescue of the child to settle himself down and resume his activity of work or work when he is ready. A child is usually able to go back and start new on activity or resume his activity when a broad level of concentration, when he is able to do this way, we say he is normalized.
Yes. That table we will discuss before that, that process of observation. We have to uh, do the observation with more keen concentration, like quality observation should be done. That frugal observation, that is waste of time. We are when we are observing without just like without any concentration means it's a waste of time because we couldn't find out anything from that kid. So we know that the child is doing the activity, and in between the activity when he stop the activity, don't interfere. It is known as false fatigue. So he will do something else and he will come back to do the activity by his own. Sometimes he will do from the beginning, or sometimes he will resume the activity. Okay, we can, when we are observing the child, we can see their concentration level in different angles. Like sometimes, for example, we are going to observe the kid from the first day, first working day, Monday. From Monday to Friday we are observing a kid. So on Monday he is very happy and he is doing the activity with a concentration. But sometimes the second day he may do the activity without that much interest. It can happen because the child's behavior can change. If he has some health issues like running nose, he don't get that much concentration and he don't like to do the activity for a long time. Or if somebody scolded him in his home and he is coming to morning with that effect, that impact, then he won't do the activity as yesterday's. Okay, so we can see that because when we are doing this observation, we can make it as a table, and a format of a table is given below. That is concentration level 3. We can give any name just connected with concentration. Here it is given as concentration level 3. That means the child that is deepest concentration, and nothing will distract him. He is doing the activity by his own. Uh, and whatever happens in surrounding, nothing is affecting the kid. He's doing the activity. Nobody has whatever sound or whatever is happening surrounding. There is no impact on him. So that is a peak concentration level of that kid. Then next one is concentration level 2. Child is also deep in concentration, but he will just look up to acknowledge, say a loud noise he has just heard. He is in deep concentration, but if some sound is coming from somewhere else, he will just acknowledge. He will just look on that side, or and easily he will come back to his work soon. Okay, that's also concentration. And concentration level 1, superficial, that is evident or apparent concentration, and children are easily distracted. Whatever is happening around them, everything will distract the kid. So their activity won't be reach that much result. Next one, quiescence, that is state of quiet. This may be temporary. Sometimes only this can happen. That is their state of quiet. Child is not working, nor he is disturbing anybody. He is just simply sitting in a state of silence. This, maybe he is in solitude. Sometimes it is happening. It is temporary. He may start do the work afterwards. So this state of level is happening temporarily. That is quiescence, state of what? Disorder level 1. Now what is disorder? That means the child goes and disturbs another child. But this is not premeditated. He is going and disturbing another child. But it's just like deviation. And the disorder level 2, he annoys another child but not considered as deviated, because maybe he has days before he was acting like a normalized child, and in some extent he just went to disturb some child, but the facilitator knows that the child is in child was in normal state, that is normalized, but somehow sometimes he just went and annoys the children, but not it is considered as deviated. You can make your own table. If you want to follow this table, you can follow, or you can create your own table by observing the kid. Okay. So we can write the name of the child, age, and we can write all these things, and we can observe, and we can write our observation, what all things we just find it out, that we can write in that table, and we can innovatively create our own um, idea, and we can develop some other table also. This is one model, that's all. Okay, so we successfully completed our chapter, right? So part 3 we completed, there is nothing left out, right? Okay, so let me ask you, is it possible for you to write the exam with the regular batch? 23rd, we are starting the exam.
Ma'am, 23rd, I saw before that 9, I saw one exam timetable. That which,
That is like term 2 examination. Term 2. You people already done term 1. After completing part 3 and part 4, we have to write term 2. It's a model exam, that's only.
that also we have to write, no, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Ninth,
Paper
ninth.
is for helping you people how the exam pattern and how the questions are coming, everything. And for main exam, everything will be like subject manner. So you'll be having 7 subjects, right? For that, diploma thing, that common subjects. After that, you have to write 2 more subjects, including PG. So that will be afterwards on April. So just plan. If it is possible on 23rd, you can write along with them, because part 4 is very easy. I think if we get 2 hours, we can complete whole part 4 chapters in a single day. So can we start with part 4, or can we move to PG topic? What do you say? After completing part 4, can we do PG?
Yes.
Part 4, I haven't taken part 4 for a long time, because for only first batch only I had taken the chapter. First batch and second, third batch. Only 2 or 3 chapters. So most of the time other teachers are taking part 4, because part 3 needs more time. So it is very difficult for me to complete part 3 within a short of time. So that the teachers are taking part 4. So we will just start read the part 4 part. So I will share, because I don't have hard copy with me. I, I need the help of soft copy.
Jisha, ma'am,
Yeah, yeah.
the unit 8 we have to, unit 8, no?
Unit 8. Unit 8, which one was Unit 8? This movement or individual differences? You haven't taken?
It's done.
Then that's why I'm also confused. Who Unit 1, no? School management. That we have to do, no, now?
Yeah, yes, part 4 you need to watch. School management. I think it's very easy for you people. Yes. Let me share, okay? Because I don't have the PDF. That's why. Yes. School management. You can read, please.
I will read now.
Uh, Let
School
me say
management.
something before that. Like, there may be so many mistakes we have to clear first, because it is very easy for you people to correct the thing. So after that we will go. Okay, please. In between we will do the corrections.
Mm. In the present condition, the standard teachers are alleged to be graduate, so the management awaits them to do office work also. Moreover, the KC teachers are tightly engaged in the class itself. They have to attend the student comprehensively. Generally, they move less from the school hours, whereas the standard teachers are changing themselves according to the subjects and have recreated period also. So they should have to take part in the management. The working of managing school can be satisfied on the following grounds: classroom management, premises and building maintenance, office maintenance, canvassing and propagandas, discipline maintenance, part in function and meeting, communication, financial assistance. Generally, one of the standard teacher is given power by the school to have control over the day-to-day transaction of the school. That doesn't mean that the other teachers should define themselves within the classroom level without taking part in any of the school work. Every teacher should share the work of the school management and make it as a teamwork. The sharing of the work can be assessed by the management or by the voluntary interest among the teachers. When a school is running with a good name, everyone takes the credit of saying, "It is my school, so everyone should work," and feeling our school. Most teachers are appointed for a class or for a subject. So the first main duty of the teacher is to carry out of class. That is known as classroom management. Every teacher should take care of to maintain discipline everywhere. Even when she is walking on a footpath, if she happens to see the students making quarrels, threatening others, speaking rubbish, she can call them and, after making minimum inquiries, dispose of them with or without punishment. When she sees a collective of students hasting before the tape or before any room or somewhere, she should order them to form a queue. I think it should be queue, this one. Even when a prayer is going on, or two teachers should take the charge of going around the school to check the persons, inquiring the student hiding in the classes, and those who are acting time near the source, wasting time near the sources and near the latrine and urinals. This practice should do even while the function and meetings are going on. If students are taking lunch in a common place, few teachers should take the chance of managerial. They should impose discipline in table manners, cleanliness, silence, etc. Few teachers should take the charge of gate watching in the in the morning daily and first from 1 hour before the prayer, and few teachers in the stoppage at least from 15 minutes, the long bell, and half an hour after the long bell to check discipline. Let's read up to that.
Okay. Till now, it's very easy, right? Because if even though you people are working in school, it would be very easy for you to connect with many things. But for different management, something will be different, and some uh, I think this is outdated. We have to update the thing, and whatever it be, we have to make it feel like this is our school. The teachers has to share the work, and there is a team spirit should be there, that comprehensive feel, and everything should be done. And let me say you something. I am requesting that I have to leave now because I have one meeting at 9:30. In between that, I have some household calls. So it is easy, right? So I think tomorrow I'm planning to give the class at 7. Tomorrow is working for you,
Yes, ma'am.
so
Working.
that is half day,
Not half day,
Yes.
full.
full day. So which time you are comfortable? Because I have to visit one institute tomorrow. If I am going to visit that institute, I don't have I maybe reach late. Late means 6 or 7, something like that. So can we put at 7:30?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
No problem, no.
No problem, ma'am.
Okay,
Jisha
so
ma'am,
tomorrow, so if
excuse me ma'am.
possible, yes, yes, please. You
Ma'am,
have some.
tomorrow I won't be there. Tomorrow we are going to Guruvayur temple.
So no problem, Indu ma'am. We can do the class, right? You will
Yes.
read
Yes,
the
ma'am.
6 pages.
We can continue the class. I will watch the recorded video.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So you will staying there and will be back day after tomorrow. It's planning like that. It's festival there, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's festival started. Monday only it will be getting over. Actually, my husband's place is there. His
Okay.
native place, Guruvayur.
So you have
So,
relatives there.
yes, ma'am. It is
Okay, fine.
unavoidable.
No problem. Carry on. Okay, so Kim, we will meet tomorrow at 7:30, right? If any
Yes, ma'am.
changes, I will put it in the group.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye. Good night. Good night, Bila.
Bye. Good night.